What's up everyone, it's Mark from Silence Tech. I hope you're all having a great day. I've been using Logitech's G Pro wireless for the last year or so as my main. In competitive shooters it performs really well. When I first got my hands on one I struggled to grip it due to the matte coating, plus I wasn't too fond of the skates and it was still fairly heavy at 80 grams. I slept on Logitech's flagship FPS mouse for a couple of years, that's until I started modding. My current Pro Wireless Ghost Edition weighs just 65 grams. It's glossed out with uprated kill switches, a smaller battery, side grips and Z1 hyperglides underneath to really make it my own. This is hands down my favourite mouse of all time. Fast forward to today, I was really surprised to hear the rumours were true. Logitech have indeed made a lightweight version of their Pro wireless mouse, named the Pro X or Superlight. This is Logitech's answer to the huge demand of ultra lightweight mice. I haven't had this mouse for as long as I would have liked, but without a doubt this is nearly as good as my modded version. Weighing it on my scales, the Pro X comes in at just under 60 grams. This is insane for a mouse that doesn't have any holes in sight. Looking underneath, you'll also notice that Logitech have even managed to keep their PowerPlay charging system in place. Just removing this alone could bring the mouse down to 55 grams, and I'm planning a separate modding tutorial very soon. I really want to take this mouse apart. Unfortunately I haven't had it for long and there's no spare skates available yet. I'm expecting to see a redesigned exoskeleton inside, a PCB designed from the ground up to be as lightweight as possible, and overall of course less individual components. On the outside there's still plenty to talk about. Logitech have completely removed the right side buttons, instead they have added a slight bump to aid with lift. Both left side buttons feel pretty much the same compared to the original Pro Wireless, although they are no longer removable. Instead of the RGB branding on the original, there's now a slightly smaller G etched in silver, which looks fine. Does anyone really need RGB on a mouse? Sure, it looks cool, but any weight saving can make a big difference when trying to aim well. Personally, I would have preferred the logo to have been black instead of silver, but I'm nitpicking. I just hope the logo won't rub off completely over time. Checking out underneath, there's two large, extremely thin, 100% pure PTFE skates with a single ring around the sensor. All of them have rounded edges, resulting in a very consistent glide in every direction. I didn't notice any snagging or scraping while testing, and Logitech have also decided to remove the profile switch button altogether to save weight. One drawback, Logitech are still using the same Omron switches as before. Don't quote me on this because I haven't looked inside to 100% confirm, but they feel exactly the same and there's no mention of them being upgraded in the reviewer notes. I have personally never had a single one of these switches fail on me, although they just don't feel as nice compared to Kill Reds in my opinion. The main reason I've brought this up is because I know a lot of people have had issues with these switches failing in the past. Apparently the double clicking issue is mainly a problem for people living in a hotter climate. Okay, if we quickly talk about Logitech's Hero sensor, it's pretty much perfect and it's never let me down once. Tracking is one-to-one with zero skipping, acceleration or jitters. Mind you, most of them nowadays are pretty much perfect, it's all about how fast they are. Battery life is also really good, it lasts for a maximum of 70 hours of continuous use. I wonder if Logitech have used a 250mAh battery inside. If so, that's another weight saving opportunity right there. Switching to a smaller battery would save another few grams and I could have a 50-gram wireless mouse in my hands. That sounds like a great idea. My gaming performance has been very similar while using the Pro X compared to my modded G Pro Wireless. Both left and right clicks have a little wobble which can take some getting used to. I find them acceptable, but it's one area this time around I was hoping for some improvements. The Pro X's skates don't quite glide as well as my Z1 hyperglides, but they're close enough. I had to add a set of lizard skins on each side of the mouse to help with grip, but my performance in Rainbow Six Siege is just as good as ever. Fine aiming and flicks are just so much easier with a mouse weighing around 60 grams, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time to get used to such a low weight, but once I did, I have never looked back. Shape of course will make or break a mouse. I use claw grip and I find the Pro X nearly perfect for my hand size 19 by 10 centimeters. Adding side grips seems to improve my aim a huge amount, mainly because I find the mouse a little narrow. Measurements are 125mm long by 63mm wide and 40mm in height. The whole time I've been using this mouse I've not experienced any cramping or hand problems at all. I would highly recommend this mouse to anyone who suffers from wrist or hand issues. Since it's such a safe shape, it's perfect for any grip style. Some people may not like its half potato like shape, however you definitely need to give it some time. Checking out the software, you can assign various commands, keys, actions and macros, and there's only ever one more tab that allows you to change your DPI and the report rate. Pressing the settings icon will reveal your current battery level and hours remaining. This is also where you can save custom profiles to the mouse's onboard memory. Too bad there's no profile switch button, although you can assign one separately. Okay, rounding off this short review, I personally believe this Logitech G Pro X is the greatest mouse ever made. Logitech have done a fantastic job. Clearly they've been researching exactly what their customers want from a mouse in 2020. Every change has really improved an already great product. Now it's on another level. With that said, the switches are still a weak point, not to mention both left and right clicks have some wobble. I would love these issues to be addressed, it's not quite perfect. Regardless, the huge weight reduction alone takes wireless mice to another level, for the general consumer at least. I can safely say there's zero drawbacks to using this wireless mouse. In fact, there's only advantages. The Pro X is hands down the greatest mouse out right now, and you need to pick one up. That's if you're willing to pay the $149.99 US price tag, and I must admit that's pretty steep. Anyway everyone, I really hope you've enjoyed this review. My name's Mark from Silence Tech. I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye.